episode 12. We here, we back.
What up? What up? What up? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, figuring shit out. We got like our 100th guest on the show. You know who I
Wish it
am?
was 100.
Yeah, we gonna get there one day. Bunee Flacs. I got my websites. I got my Lucid Perspective, my media company. We're doing a website special. I'm gonna put the link in there, so check that out. SilverSyndicate.org. Of course, I got my medals, silver medal, gold. Check those out. And then Bunee Flacs, cybersecurity training. I definitely got to work on that. I got to beef that up. But if you're interested, you can check out BuneeFlacs.com. We got King Author in the building.
Yeah, what up, people?
What's
What's
going
good?
on?
Good people. Y'all know who I am, what I'm about. Unify and Thrive. You know the website's down there, 2020 Faces, the LED Party Mask, got dang on Envy Grindstone, computer literacy for the kids who come back summer 23, and then Cuddy app. Download the Cuddy app if you ain't got it already, man. On demand, hair stylists and barbers, right to your fingertips.
Boom, come right to your crib. And our
That's
guest
what I'm about,
we have today, Miss Larrima Davis,
Hello,
author,
hello.
CEO, businesswoman, other things. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. How
Thank
you
you.
been?
Thank you for having me.
So let's jump into. I feel like I got to do a testimony real quick before we jump into
Okay.
any questions.
Okay.
Some people may not know. So, was it 4 or 5 years ago? Larrima helped my mom buy a house for the first time. She was like 50, 51, 49, something like that. So, growing up in New York, coming from the Bronx, we had that mentality where we can, you never think about prosperity or abundance or feeling like you could do anything crazy. She worked all her life. She's still working. She's working to this day, right? So she's working. Never thought she could buy a property, own something, or just get approved for a loan, right? So Reema was doing this credit repair thing. I took my mom over to her spot, hooked her up, and literally for like 3 or 4 months, we got my mom's credit to where she could buy her first property in her 50s. You know what I'm saying? It was a huge moment for us because, again, she just does not think it was possible in her life. So I want to thank you for that. I know I thanked you in person. I want to thank you here in this
That's a big
public
deal,
forum.
though.
It
That's
is
a big
huge.
deal for the family, right?
Definitely, yes. Because now,
Yeah.
here we are, well, like I said, like 4 or 5 years later, she has double the equity in the condo. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
it's like,
All right.
whereas usually people buy and they owe for the rest of their life or they're just underwater, she has good
Yeah.
equity. So if she ever decided to sell, she's good. She could pay the loan off and she'll have some money over. So
That's what's up.
that's definitely, again, yes, testimony to what we're going to get into, BizProHQ, credit repair, taxes, IRS stuff. Let's go. Reema Davis, how you doing?
Good, I'm good.
So talk about a little bit about yourself, and I guess what is BizPro? Is it BizProHQ? You call it headquarters?
Yeah, BizPro HQ, your business headquarters.
Okay.
So pretty much I've been in
That's a
this
very
industry.
professional name.
Yeah, I know, right? It just kind of fit. Like I was just in the room one day, like I need to find a name. I need to find a name that's not going to be ghetto. And it just came off the dome, and I started looking it up, seeing if anybody else had it, and it was perfect. And I went and I secured the domain, and it was crazy because you always fighting for those type of domains, and everything just fell, like everything was just aligned, and that's when I knew like I got something here. So yeah, I jumped into this industry probably about I'd say about 6 years ago. Was pretty much started out really as a receptionist at another tax firm, and worked my way up, to the point where I was the corporate manager of the entire company within a year.
Nice.
And pretty much, rebranded their situation, helped them out with retaining new clients, helping out with, just the day-to-day activity. And, I wasn't really, I didn't feel like I was growing there.
Right.
It was just a lot of chaos, and you know how it goes. So I just decided,
especially when you work for someone else.
yeah, it's always something because you can't really be yourself. Like you can't really kind of like, jump into your own zone because you still kind of got to abide by certain things. And it just wasn't for me. After a while, it wasn't for me. I was very unhappy, and I didn't feel like I was being treated very well. So, it was just time for me to go. And I I had to really get a game plan. One thing I could say about myself is that in my younger years, I was very emotional. So I would always do things on emotion, and I would just walk away and not have a plan B.
Right.
So I built my entire BizProHQ up and out, and I had a plan. I had to execute my plan. So I said, you know what? I just can't do this anymore. I went and I signed a commercial lease and I walked away.
Nice.
And every day I sat in that office. I had this little shoebox office when I first had it up and going. Now I'm
where's that?
overlooking Norfolk.
Is that the one in? Oh, okay. That was downtown.
Yeah,
downtown
when I first started, I had this little shoebox office. Like it didn't have no windows. You felt like you could breathe in that joint.
On Granby. On Granby,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I was on Main Street downtown.
Oh, okay.
Right off Granby. And I hustled every day. I was in there like crying, like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But I know in my heart that I was. Like, I was finally happy. I was able to sleep at night. I was able to spend time with my children, and I just built everything up. Started working on the website, connected with a really good friend of mine named Ray, who is one of the largest marketing and branding. He owns one of the largest marketing and branding companies in the South.
Okay.
Uberwood Digital. He's great. When I say he built out all my systems, got me rolling, got the website up.
I'm gonna need his contact info. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got you. I'll definitely connect y'all.
Definitely.
Ray is amazing, but Ray was one of those people that he actually was contracted with me at the old company. When I left, he saw kind of everything that was transpiring there. He wasn't really feeling it either. So when I finally left, I still allowed him to do his business. I don't try to stop nobody's coins.
Right.
So even though he was still working with them, he was making sure that I was being taken care of, and he helped me 100% build everything up and get my doors open.
Word. So would you say? So one of our questions we asked is like, what was your figuring shit out moment? So I take it that was it right there when you was working at the other spot. You had your figuring shit out moment, and you was like, yo, I'm out, and you went on your own.
It was the being sick and still having to go to work. It was having COVID and having the flu and being told that, these doors don't need to be closed, not really caring about my health, not caring about my mental health, period. Me losing a lot of time with my kids because I was building somebody else's dream, and I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and I did not like that feeling, so I had to make something shake, because it just it wasn't for me anymore.
You definitely making stuff shake. So what is the goal? What, I guess, the mission statement goal? What is the goal of BizProHQ? Like, what are you bringing to your clients? I guess. So how would you?
Yeah. What's the product? That's what I want to know. What's the product?
So we offer an array of services. It's kind of like literally your business headquarters. So like any business service that is going to help a company from starting the entity, LLC, your corporation, to opening the doors to your very first location if you choose to do, a brick and mortar.
Nice.
It's literally from A to Z. There's no gray areas. We help you from starting it to the day that you open up those doors, and then once those doors are open, we help you maintain and manage it.
So this is kind of like a question we had last week almost. Is it like a hand-holding thing, or is it you giving them the layout?
I give you the blueprint, but I'm going to educate you and I'm going to walk you through it. And the reason why I feel like I don't really, to each his own, and how any other company that offers similar services choose to deal with their clients. I don't like it to be a situation where I feel like I'm handicapping my clients.
Right.
Reason being is what if something happens to me? You know what I'm saying? And now I've gotten all your stuff up here and possibly in a file in my office.
Yeah, in the computer.
And you don't know how to pick up the pieces. Mm-hmm. And or you're taking your profile over to someone else and they don't know exactly what I did to get you to where you are, and everything crumbles. So I hold seminars once a month.
Nice.
To teach everybody business credit. I don't bust people in the head on thousands of dollars to teach you educational stuff that I feel like as a business owner you should know. You pay for your spot, which is normally between $60 and maybe $90, and that's because I probably offer food and drinks or something, so you can pay for your food.
Right.
You know, sitting down, you learning how to map out the business, build out your business credit, you know, what's good for you in the sense of tax planning, you know, for the next year. If you're an existing client of mine, you know, even if we're in a tax appointment and you got questions,
Right.
and be real with you, like if you ever speak to any of my clients, most of them have my personal cell phone number. It gets irritating sometimes, but I don't ever want it to be a situation where something is really important for them and it can make or break a situation because they can't speak to me at that very moment.
Right.
You know, so I give certain people access to me. I'm trying to kind of cut back on that because it'd be days like the day where I'm chilling and they calling my phone at 8 o'clock.
3 a.m. Right. Like, nah, bro. Delegate.
Yeah. So
trying to cut back on the dependency. I got you.
Yeah, you know, so I'm just be like, look, you tripping, but you know, I got you. But yeah, no, I'll hold your hand a little bit, but you're gonna learn to walk on your own. So I'm definitely gonna teach you the way and I'll create the blueprint for you, but we're gonna do this together. You're gonna be completely involved. I'm not going to be walking into places with you and talking for you like I'm your parent. I'll tell you exactly how to maneuver the situation and what not to say, you know, but at the end of the day, I want to educate people. That's my main goal with my company, is to educate you, help you, you know, get you to point A to point Z, no gray areas, you know, and I'm extremely transparent with everything that I'm doing. You know, I want you to be completely aware of what's going on with your business at all times. So, you know, that's me. I can't speak for anybody else, but yeah.
Right. So that's dope. That seems like, when you say and you put in those words, it seems like a huge undertaking. Like you said, it takes somebody from creating an LLC all the way to opening the doors. Do you have partners that do certain things, like, or do you have vendors that do certain things? Because that seems like, depending on the business, obviously, it seems like that could be a lot to take on, even, you know, for one
Paperwork,
person.
Websites, accounting,
Like,
you know,
trademarking.
like,
yeah.
And then you can have people that fall off, you know, in the middle of like, yo, I'm done or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, what's your process?
So when I first started, you know, when I first opened up my doors, which was, it'll be 2 years in August for my company. When I first opened up my doors, I was really rocking this out by myself. I did a whole tax season by myself, over 200 tax files by myself.
Yikes.
In the mix of that, I had to start figuring shit out and figuring out what was going to be best for my situation, because it is overwhelming. You know, I had already had a client base because majority of the people that I had brought to the old company, those were my people. So they left when I left, you know, and they pretty much, I just had to kind of migrate and kind of put them into a position to where, you know, they were over here and I was able to rebuild out their stuff without it being any hiccups.
Right.
The greatest thing is that I have Ray. Ray is like my little secret weapon.
Nice.
Ray built out an entire client portal for me.
We got to get Ray on the show.
Yeah, Ray is amazing. When I say, I can call Ray right now and be like, hey, I need this updated on the website. I got you. I'll call you in the morning. And it's done within 5 minutes.
Nice.
He don't skip a beat, you know, but we take care of each other. And those are the best kind of relationships to have. So when I say Ray is like my little secret weapon, Ray is on it. You know, he knows what the goal is. He's one of my biggest supporters, but he's very intelligent and really good at what he does. Nice. But when I first started, building out the systems is what really helped me kind of keep track of everything that was going on with the clients. We created systems.
Nice.
So the first year that I was kind of rocking everything out by myself, with that client portal, it allowed me to have a processing system. So I was able to keep everything maintained. It didn't really get crazy until I ended up getting pregnant right after tax season ended. And things kind of went crazy because I had a really, really bad pregnancy. But yeah, I want to say like January, I had my son 2 months early. I kind of got back in the office and I had to kind of play catch up.
Nice.
So I was in there going ham.
You doing it. So
I was in there going hard, and my son was right there with me. Like,
So you got, I know you're expanding now. I know you have multiple locations. I was actually in Portsmouth, and I think I saw one off to the side somewhere. I forget the street. What's the deal with so are you franchising out? Or I know you're expanding. You got something in North Carolina. You got 2 or 3 here. So like, what's the deal with the franchising? And you finding people and you placing them, or?
Yes. So right now we're doing like a huge tax masterclass, and I'm offering.
I'm about to ask about that.
Yeah, I'm offering tax training. So, pretty much bringing all of my knowledge to the forefront, teaching them exactly what needs to be done, how to prepare 1040s, partnership taxes, corporation taxes. Also teaching them like risk and compliance of owning your own location, IRS compliance. We're kind of doing the whole shebang. It's a 6-week course. And with that being said, like after they finish the tax training class, they have the option to work under me for a year, which I'm recommending for all of them so that they can kind of get the feel of what it is to actually be in a tax firm and actually, really work in this industry, because it's not roses and rainbows. This industry is probably the most stressful industry there is, because we are the middleman. We're the middle. It's you, it's us, and then it's the IRS. And we never know what tricks the IRS is going to pull out their ass.
Right. And I was about to say, you're dealing with people's finances, right? So isn't there a lot of liability you're taking on?
The liability. Folks not understanding that we don't have no control over their money. Like people will assume, oh, you did my taxes, you got my check, because the IRS says the IRS is lying to you. No one told you that,
right?
But
or you just made it up.
It's just not being really educated on how this process works, and even with you telling them, they just always think that you're lying. So it's frustrating.
Right.
But so with having the people come up under me for a year, they kind of get a feel of exactly how it is. And I think, being able to actually work hands-on with me and be able to learn it. And I have, now that this year had rolled in, I actually have, with my other locations total, we are about 22 staff. So they'll have 22 people already within our little circle, which we have like a little Slack help group, that they're able to log in and ask questions, and people, someone will be available to walk them through how to make sure that they're, making.
And this is all from the masterclass that you're going to be having, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So, it's a dope program, because with the tax industry, it's recession proof.
Yeah.
You can't really go out of business. You got to file your taxes. So it's recession proof. It's pandemic proof. We're not going anywhere. It's you can't put a cap on the income. My first year, I made 6 figures.
Nice.
I'm saying this year we may have $500,000.
Are you new in town or need a fresh cut on the fly? Let me show you a convenient way to hire a mobile hair care pro now. Simply download the Cuddy app from the App Store. Create a profile and have access to professional mobile barbers and stylists in your area. The Cuddy app allows you to browse for hair care professionals 24/7. View their profile and share your locations to find the nearest one. Once you've found the perfect pro with just a click of a button, have your professional meet you in a matter of minutes. This means no more worrying about running late, waiting for the next chair to open, or missing your appointment completely. Reclaim your valuable time and put your mind at ease knowing your hair care pro is on the way. Cuddy app is the only place to hire a hair care pro whenever you are ready, wherever you are. Cuddy app. Join the revolution today.
So was taxes and business taxes your first entrepreneurial idea outside of only because you were doing the taxes before?
Say that again.
I said only because you were doing the taxes before.
Yeah, I will say this is my first serious entrepreneurial type situation.
Okay.
Because I've done a lot of stuff in the past. I've got 5 published books. I've modeled. Yep. I've done a lot. I worked in film for a couple years, but it wasn't something that I was actually genuinely happy about. It was just something that was a hobby at the time. And now that I'm kind of older and I'm looking more for a situation that I know will be long-term, it's me setting up situations that I know that these things can be passed down to my kids. I can't pass a pretty face and an okay body down to my kids because I modeled a couple times, a couple years ago. I still get royalty checks from the books.
Nice.
And that helps, but it's not something that I know that I can pass down to my children. So I'll say this was probably the most serious situation.
It seems it's so. I gotta ask a question about like opening the brick and mortar spots. Do you find as part of your business model, it's probably imperative to have a spot where people could go in and talk to somebody face to face as opposed to just staying virtual? Because somebody could make they can make the argument, well, you could do this virtual. You don't have to open up a store or a physical location.
I'm sure a lot of that's going around nowadays too.
Yeah. So having the brick and mortar is, I think, to me, it's important because you do want to be able to be face to face with people, but you also have companies that you're competing with. Even though people don't understand that companies, not even throw them under the bus, but people like companies like TurboTax, most of those companies are regulated by the IRS. So you're not getting like the full ante of exactly what you can qualify for.
Not at all.
For a refund,
right.
Yeah. So to me, it's not wise. And those are virtual sites, but people will rather not get all their money and just pay a couple dollars to get their, their little money back or what they think is their full refund. Rather than going to a professional and sitting down with someone. I think it's very important to have a brick and mortar. Not everyone can do that, but they also have other options such as like virtual office spaces. Rather than signing a full year lease, you can go get a small office space and a co-working space for 6 months out of the year, and just run it from January until May, the end of May, the beginning of June, make your money. Just furnish it a little nice, make it look all nice and pretty and clean.
Right. Put a little sign
up.
And
then shut it down after tax season, but keep that phone line open so that you still have access to your clientele and just do it again the next year.
That's smart. Okay.
Yeah.
That is deep. Who was I remember a couple years ago, right before the pandemic happened, I was following Jumping Jack Tax.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I need them two. I don't know the name, but they were some characters on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
We looked into it, but I don't know if they started paying out like yours is. So.
I mean, I know a little bit about this stuff, but it ain't good stuff, so I'm gonna just keep my mouth closed. I don't throw no salt on nobody.
Yeah, but. I remember. So like, I have my story like years ago. Like my brother, I got a brother. He's an accountant. He does my stuff. He keeps me straight. But like before that, I even tried to do the fucking little TurboTax online shit. This was like 10 years ago. I tried doing myself. Fucking, they talking about I gotta pay $600, and I'm like, the year before I didn't pay nothing. I'm like, what is happening here? I think I even filed the first time. Like I thought it can't be that hard, right? I thought you just go through the prompts, you answer the questions, and whatever it says, that's the authority. And I did it. And then the next year rolled around, I did it again, and it said I had to pay again. And I was like, okay, I must be doing something wrong. You know what I mean? And then my brother helped me out. But yeah, most people don't know. Like when you go to H&R Block, TurboTax, and all of them, they don't care. They don't do anything but the little 5-10 minute W-2 shit, check mark shit, and then get you out of there.
And like companies like H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, most of those people, they have their turnover rate is crazy. So like each year they got new people that are coming through the office that they've hired a couple months prior to tax season, that half of them have never prepared a tax return a day in their lives.
They told them when they walk in there.
Right.
Yeah, their systems are pretty much dummy proof. So you're just checking boxes and putting in forms.
So that's dope. So that's good that you have, people could come to you, build a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You have your brick and mortar stores. They can go in there, they can talk to somebody, and you can actually teach them and educate them on the process. So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Who is mainly, what is your demographic of clients?
The ones with money.
You see the look she gave you?
Right. The ones with money?
The ones with money. No. Things have kind of shifted for me because I'm downtown Norfolk, so the demographic of people that I'm dealing with is a little different. I don't shy away from anybody because I want to continue to help the people my people, you know what I'm saying? Right. And genuinely help my people and not just say I'm helping my people.
Right.
But I've actually started gaining a lot of wealthier clients.
Nice.
A lot of business owners, $1 million business owners. And it's challenging because when you have those type of clients, they really don't want to deal with anybody but you. And my goal right now is to continue to expand, but I do want to step away from actually sitting behind the desk all year round. But a lot of these people, even my clients that are, I wouldn't call them regular wage, but the ones that make less than 6 figures a year, a lot of them don't want to deal with my staff. And it's nothing wrong with my staff. It's just that they've been so used to dealing with me that it's really hard for them to make that transition with just dealing with the staff. And it's nothing wrong with that. But in order for me to grow, I have to be in the field. I can't be behind a desk.
You got to find people to delegate to. You got to basically copy yourself and put them out there.
And I was going to ask about, I remember you said you did like the first 200 taxes by yourself or whatever. Like, talk about that process, because I know dealing with people like that is kind of extra.
Listen, my clients know me. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Look, we ain't doing that whole, oh, she's unprofessional. No, I'm transparent. You're not calling my office worrying me to death. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way because I'm doing your taxes. I don't work for you. I provide a service.
Right. Facts.
So it's just one of them things where it's like, look, if you submitted it virtually, you got to wait, because I got clients that actually made appointments and they made it imperative for them to come into the office. So they come first. That first year, though, it was chaotic. I cried for like the first 2 months, like literally every day. I was so stressed out. I was so tired.
But in retrospect, 200, I mean, that's a good?
That's 200 customers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 200 customers at, let's just say the average tax prep price is like, because I have a lot of business clients, so I normally charge, depending on the type of structured business, between $5 and maybe $750. So
that's nice.
Times that by 200.
Did all right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
plus, the business services that I offer. Most of the time, if they're getting their taxes done by me, 9 times out of 10, I'm managing their business as well. So.
Are you still doing credit repair services?
Yeah, I kind of shied away from it when COVID kind of hit, and the reason was because the credit bureaus had shut down for a little bit. So you have clients that don't understand that logic, that we can't force them to look into your profile and start deleting stuff.
Right.
When Trump gave them that time frame of 90 days before they even got to respond. So when they were responding, that 90 days will come up and they would send a letter back saying, oh, we need more information to identify you. And it was really just to prolong the process.
And to wait another 90 days.
Yeah, exactly. So it became like frustrating, and the clients became frustrated, and I was just like, I don't got time for this.
I don't need that.
So I said, when things get back to normal, I might hop back into it, because, it's genuinely a good industry to be in, especially when you're really helping people.
Right.
To be able to obtain the things that that they want, whether it's buying a house, getting a car, building out their personal credit, to maybe leverage it for the business, things like that. But also educating them. You have a lot of people, like you said, that are from our area, from the city. A lot of people from, other, urban communities that haven't really been taught.
Right.
Yeah.
Bronx is in the house.
Haven't been taught, financial literacy at all. So they don't understand what they have at their fingertips, until they really have someone to be able to sit down to them and really show them, like, you can really do this,
Let me tell you something. Yeah. For those few months you was working with my mom, I learned a lot about credit repair. Like, my credit wasn't horrible. It wasn't the best. But, like, going through what you was doing with her, and, like, the notices and removing shit and finding shit that shouldn't be there, and then knowing that you have the right to remove it and to ask questions about it and have them take it off. Like again, coming from New York, we don't know shit about shit. We're just like, this is on my report. I can't do shit about this. You know what I'm saying? There might be some up there that we know is false. I'm like, who do you call? Ghostbusters? Like, we just didn't know. And then coming from, the projects or whatever, like, we didn't come up with that mindset of one day thinking about owning property, right? It was just, I'll be in the projects. I'm gonna go move to a different state, find some
different project.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, what's that? You hear that?
Is that jet noise? You got the little.
Something happened.
Is that jet noise? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it was like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, 50 years of just living paycheck to paycheck, busting her ass, working, supporting us, you know what I'm saying, raising us up or whatever. And then she never thought that she could. To be honest, I don't know what happened in her mind where she was like, okay, I want to buy a property. I think maybe she saw some things or whatever, and she was like, I'm gonna try. And then I was like, okay, what's the first thing we got to overcome? Your credit score. Okay, let me see if I know somebody. Boom. Then I brought her to you. 3-4 months. It was literally 3.5-4 months. Like we went from, I don't want to put her shit out there, but it was a very bad low score to one that they were like, okay, you can work with this, and here's this money to buy this property in 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? So like, I guess that may not be a typical turnaround, because like when you deal with them, they got the 90 days and they try to bullshit or whatever. But it was really quick for her. You know what I'm saying? It was astonishingly quick, and I was just like flabbergasted, like, let's go. She signed.
What also helped with your mom too is because she was very involved. She wanted it. She wanted it. She did everything that she needed to do on her end. That's what made it so much easier to help her, because I have clients that'll come pay the money and then you never hear from them again. So you don't even know if the damn credit bureaus even responded.
Right. They get the mail, they throw it out, and it's like,
yeah, and then they're calling you like 9 months later, and I'm like, bro, we've been trying to reach you for over a year now. Like, did they contact you back? And they're like, oh yeah, I think I did get a letter 6 months ago. I don't know what to tell you. You're back at square one. So.
And so, do you just do business taxes and credit now, or?
No.
No.
I do a lot of things.
Okay, well, what would be some? What else do you do?
So, right now I'm actually working on a few different things. I'm in the process. I don't even know if I want to even put that out there yet.
Oh, you ain't
I
got
want to kind of get it together before I put that out there.
Breaking news. We're going to break this out. Nah, you ain't got it.
It's a few little things that I'm working on right now, TV wise.
Nice. Okay.
TV projects that I'm working on. I just want to make sure that everything, the universe sits.
Any books?
Sits properly.
Any other books coming up?
I am working on a children's book right now.
Dope.
Inspired by my little boy. Yeah.
Kids are forever.
Working on a kid's book. I guess, a first book for babies. I've been actually working on that for maybe about a month. I think just getting prepared for this tax class. I think what books?
Yeah, I read. You know what I'm saying? I got books. I got shelves. I've always, I don't know what direction to go, like nonfiction or bio. I don't fucking know. But I've always, like, one day in my life, I'm gonna publish a fucking book, whether it's a novel or something. I don't know. I know I got it in me. I got like 20 books in me. Yeah, I know I got like at least 20 books in me. It's just, I think I was asking you about it once. Like, you got to sit down and fucking do it, and then bring it to a publisher or whatever. I'm sure that part is self-explanatory, but it's like, I know I got books in me. King Author, I know you got books in you.
I got one written. I never pushed it. I probably need to get it edited and probably tweaked out a little bit, but I never I wrote it in 2015, but I never.
7 years ago. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody got a book, at least one book in them, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's up. Writing, being an author is inspiring. I got 2 of your books over here. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you guys should pursue it. It. It's a really good feeling, and it's a great feeling. Like Barnes & Noble carries my first 3 books. And it's just a great feeling to see your stuff like in a store. Out there.
And it's residual, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I get a check every month that literally pays probably all the bills in my household that I get, like that, the utilities or whatever. Yeah, so it's a decent check that I get every month that I've been getting since 2015. So I think that if you really genuinely want to do it, I think you should do it. I think it'll be great.
I think I will.
I think I should.
Well, you got a book. Send me your book. I'll read it. I'll edit it for you. Give me a cut.
Yeah. We'll work it out.
15%.
So back to the business credit. So what would be some things that are holding small businesses back from their credit or utilizing their credit, right? So
business credit?
Yeah.
Building it. Half of the people don't even know that you can actually build business credit.
What's up with that? I just got a business credit card, so what's up?
Oh.
All right, so
Gems.
Answer these few questions. You got your DUNS number?
I do.
Okay. You got your DUNS number. Is your business listed with 411?
Nah.
Do you have a website?
Yeah.
Do you have Google Business?
I do.
Oh, I'm writing all this shit down.
So the biggest things that lenders look at, and credit bureaus look at. The credit bureaus like Dun & Bradstreet, which is one of the major business credit bureaus, is credibility, visibility, and online presence. Ooh. So you want to really make sure that your business is able to be seen. If you go on Google right now and you Google BizProHQ, we've been open for 2 years, but I have an online presence. Nice. There's another company with a similar name as to mine, and that's what Ray did. Ray makes sure that he knocked them out the way and made sure when you type in BizPro, mine's the first one that come up.
Ray, come through, Ray. Let's go, Ray.
So, doing, SEO optimization, making sure that good algorithm is making sure your stuff is popping. If somebody is looking for, whatever it is you do, and yours is the first thing that pops up on that feed. Credibility is essential. It is imperative to have when you have a business, because it validates your company. If a lender goes and they look you up online and they can't find anything in reference to you, not even a social site, they're going to look at you as if your company is fraudulent off the rip. Yeah. That's, that even the banks, they just look at it as, okay, this is not it. We're not giving.
Hey Frank, excuse me, I'm gonna use that one when the business tell me down to the website.
That's important.
Because I think I said last week, I was saying how businesses are thriving right off word of mouth or whatever, but I present an opportunity for a website, and they're just like, I don't know why, I don't think I need it, I ain't gonna do this and that. And I'm like, I know you're doing good, but like, get some digital real estate, get an online presence, and I promise you it'll help.
Tell them to holler at us. We got your website. I have a question.
Want me to do a commercial for you?
Oh yeah, let's do that. We doing commercials. I have a question. This might be so like when it comes to business credit, right? I have a business credit card. I've had it for like maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know if I did all that shit that you just talked about. I got a website. I got the DUNS. I don't know what I know 411. I thought that was obsolete, to be honest.
I thought that was a book.
Right. That was like 411 or whatever. That was back in the day. But when you apply,
listing with 411 actually lists it on like the Yellow Pages, Yelp.
Oh, that's right.
All those. So if you go to listyourself.com and you register your business will be visible. The address, the name, and the telephone number, and all of those.
Oh, so okay. No, yeah, I definitely got to do that. I got
just more online presence. I got you.
Yeah. So when you apply, when it comes to applying for business credit, they have to hit your personal credit? Is there a way to just?
No, there is a way to build business credit and utilize business credit without having to utilize your social security number.
Talk to us.
I just had a seminar this past Saturday in reference to that. And everything that I just mentioned right there, your credibility, your visibility, and your online presence, it is imperative to make sure that is put in place and that PAYDEX score is built up to at least a 90 in order to qualify for some type of business credit, whether it's cars. Like nothing that I own is in my personal name. I just don't use my personal credit. Everything is under my company's. My cars, the house, my house, everything. I don't purchase anything into my personal name. But it's just about building out that PAYDEX score, building out your profile, and making sure that your business is structured properly in order to qualify for credit. Whether it's, I don't recommend loans. I always say go for a line of credit because you only have to pay back what you use.
Right.
So utilizing, those different types of things, whether it's with the credit bureaus, the lenders, to be able to qualify, your profile just has to be strong to be able to qualify without utilizing your social security number.
So if, let's say you have all that, you got your presence, the 401, the DUNS, everything is straight as far as the profile. You're saying that you can get approved for extravagant amounts, or like, do they still ask you like money questions, like what's your revenue?
Oh no, they're definitely gonna check them finances, brother.
Okay, so you can't just make a business. You can't just like make a business tomorrow, do all that shit, and then try to get like $100,000.
So do you have to have? Go ahead.
You have to have something to leverage things. So let's just say that everything is built out. You're making the income, but it's one of those things where you can't walk into a bank and say, look, I make $20,000 a year. Can you guys lend me $1 million. They're not
Right.
going to do that, you know.
Like,
They're not going to do that, you know. They might qualify you for maybe a 6-figure check or something like that, maybe 100,000, 250, something like that. But again, your profile has to be strong. It has to show that you pay your bills on time. Your presence it needs to show that you put effort into making sure that profile
Do you need to have filed your business taxes before you apply for this
Absolutely.
regard?
Yes, you need at least 2 years worth of taxes on that business, and really in order to qualify for anything significant with anybody that's reputable.
Right.
So like you can qualify for lines of credit on a fresh business, but again, your profile has to be strong, and you can build out a strong profile within 90 days. You know, you just have to be on top of your game.
Okay, how?
Setting up vendor accounts.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
what's that?
You're paying those on time. Vendor
Merchants.
accounts is like accounts like ULINE, Granger.
So not my Fiverr account?
Who?
Fiverr.
What's that?
Fiverr is like where
Fiverr's
you
like a freelance space to get work done. But you get it done for your business. Like I need some posts made, or I need some commercials made, or I need.
Oh, okay. No, that's not a vendor.
Are you looking for a media agency that covers all the creative tasks that make a business successful? Lucid Perspective produces elegant, high-resolution graphics and logos, high-definition and 4K video, complete with treatment concepts and innovative editing. Lucid Perspective provides photography services such as fashion, advertisements, product or service, and aerial photography. We also help businesses build their brands from the ground up with complete campaigns that will make your business attractive to your target audience. We can bring your brand to the masses with our effective and strategic marketing campaigns to include sales funnels, eye-catching advertisements, breakthrough digital marketing through social media, and other digital avenues. Visit lucidperspective.com today.
Okay. All right.
So like I did the ULINE thing, and I did I'm paying Adobe. So like for Lucid Perspective, we put the cell phones in, the cell phones are on the business, and so that's T-Mobile, and then we have Adobe.com. It's like a monthly subscription for all their suite or whatever, and there's some other little things. So like we have that, and we have that for at least 4 years now. But we did get a credit card. So like I think I might have did this wrong, right? So like I think I applied for the credit card within the first year, and I'm pretty sure they probably hit my personal credit, because. Yeah, I mean, at first, I don't know. I felt like they did. You know, the guy I was talking to, he's like, no, don't worry about it. Like, and he just wants his commission or whatever.
Just go dispute it.
Yeah, I haven't. Actually, I gotta look. I don't think it's on there though. It may not be on there now, but I think it was on there in the beginning, so I'm not sure. So
write this down: nav.com, nav.com.
All right.
Nav.com.
Set up an account with them. So they also are considered a vendor that reports to your credit profile. But they also are they're also the account that you can actually monitor your credit profile on as well.
For your business.
You know?
Nice.
Yes, for your business. Yeah, so that's a great one to have. ULINE, you can do Granger, you can do Crown Supplies, they all report. You want to order at least $80 worth of product from them a month. And you want to have at least 3 to 4 vendors, trade lines reporting to your profile. Order about $80 worth of stuff, and it can be stuff like paper towel for your house, toilet paper, stuff like that.
I did CDs and shit. You think T-Mobile was a good, because T-Mobile's on the business? Well, it's a business
T-Mobile
account.
Is cool. The issue with T-Mobile is that they're full of shit.
Makes sense.
You know, they're paying an arm and a leg. Like I've had my T-Mobile account for 4 years, and it has not reported to anything that I have.
Can you request them to? Like, can I hit them up and be like, yo?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay.
But again, some places don't report. They just don't. Which sucks because you're paying these bills for the business and you're getting nothing out of it.
Nobody knows, right? Yeah. Okay. I got 2 businesses now. I got the LP, and then I got something else that's kind of like in the shadows for now. But I'm
just thinking about all the stuff I've been paying for Cuddy out for the past year and some change.
Paying out your personal account.
Bro, like my Amazon, my iHopper, my text call loop, my goddamn developers.
Oh yeah, that should have been. That's huge. That was the biggest one, probably.
That's the biggest one, and all in personal name. So.
You have a business bank account?
I do. I do.
Are you co-mingling? Do you use that for personal use as well?
Nah, I know better. No, but I don't do any transactions out of it.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? I do. To cross mingling is me paying.
You
it all
said
out
you
of my
do, Frank?
Yeah. Well, not for like everyday stuff. I got micro. I do the T-Mobile. I got Adobe.
Clean it up, Frank.
Yeah. Nah. It's not like
Well,
that.
as long as it's business.
Yeah.
As long as it's business expenses, it's fine. You just don't want to make personal transactions out of your business account.
No, I don't do that.
But I don't. Like I said, I don't. I just got. Like I said, I just got a business credit card. Right. So, we don't use that as much, but we're probably gonna start using that. So yeah.
Who did you get it through, if you don't mind me asking?
But the cards were Capital One, but we bank with Navy Fed.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's good.
Got those online presences. Well, those bank accounts open.
I bought some silver with mine. That's not personal.
That's a business investment, yeah.
Yeah, silver. You know what I'm saying? I got my silver. So it is what it is. Silver is a very lucrative investment. So that is.
There's one. How do you suggest small business deal with their investments? Right. So not just stuff that they buy for business purposes, right? Like Coca-Cola and them, they have investments in other, businesses or stock markets or bonds, whatever. How do you suggest small businesses go about doing that? Like Frank said, his business wants to invest in silver, right? Is there a special way to do it, or just treat it as an expense?
It's not necessarily a special way to do it. Again, it depends on what the investment is. A lot of people will just say, "Oh, I'm investing," and it's just like, bro, is this even worth it? Like, are you even seeing any type of return ever? Will you ever in your life? Mm-hmm. Some people they like the word investment, so they just use it.
And just I'm investing in these Jordans.
You know what I'm saying? I'm investing. Yeah. So I think it really matters on what it is, and that's really the way that I would be able to answer it, knowing like exactly what the investment is. So you have businesses that invest in real estate.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I can kind of explain to them exactly how to go about maneuvering that situation, making sure that they have all the expenses and tax write-offs and things like that to be able to benefit them in the long run. And then you have people that think that buying, let's say, unnecessary things like cars and shoes,
jewelry,
is an investment. Not an investment, bro.
Rings.
It's just an expense because it looks
good. They said I gotta look good. Does that count for something?
Yeah. Like I've had clients ask me like, well, you're able to write off closing things for your business under, your tax write-offs. Bro, you're in construction. I'm not gonna sit here and write off like the, Balenciagas that you bought over the summer. Like it's certain things that you just don't, I don't know. I can answer that question, based on, I guess, the specific situation. So if somebody comes to me and say, hey, I have this I'm a realtor, mm-hmm. and I set up an LLC because I got my real estate license, but now I want to start buying investment properties. Mm-hmm. How do I go about doing that? I'll be able to answer that question for them. So I think it's a case by case situation.
Nice.
It's either don't do it or this is how you do it.
So here's a question. How would you, deal with, I'm sure you probably dealt with this, the IRS coming for you, auditing. Like if they hit you with an audit notice, what's the first thing to do besides not scream?
I've never been audited.
And we're here to knock on wood.
Everybody needs to, because goddamn it, I've never been audited.
Don't come by.
So don't throw yourself out a window of a 20-story building and scream. Bloody murder.
I think when it comes to that type of thing, and this is for any business professional, especially in this industry, especially like for my new people that are coming up under me, it's all about risk and compliance. You want to make sure that you're in compliance at all times with what the IRS is looking for. And even if they're not looking for things to be organized, mm-hmm. and to make sure you have everything to back up what you put on that tax file, and making sure everything is legitimate is the key to any type of audit. So like, it's not just audits from the IRS that tax firm or an accountant has to worry about. It's IRS, audits from the banks that we are partnered with. The bank can audit us, and sometimes they're actually a little nicer about their audits. So when I was working with the old company, he got audited like 100 gazillion times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the banks are a little nicer because they'll actually schedule to come into your location to look at what they want to look at.
Oh,
Or
they don't
sometimes
pop in with the SWAT team.
Yeah, they don't do what the IRS do, where they'll just walk in, flash a bag, and say, "Look, let me see this file, that file, that file."
Yeah.
And if you don't have what they're looking for, at that point, you're being shut down. You're being fined for everything that was wrong within that office. Yeah, it goes crazy. But it's just about compliance. It's basically making sure that everything is organized and you know where everything is and everything is accounted for.
So as long as you got your ducks in a row, you're doing what you're supposed to. You obviously ain't
worry about them
cheating.
coming anyway, huh?
Right. And if they did, you'll be straight. You'll be able to respond properly or whatever. And okay. Because you know, I've been hearing. Was that?
Anybody can jack up. Anybody can mess up.
Yeah.
I mean, real talk. It could be one thing that just might slip through the fingertips, and now they questioning everything. Because
I've been hearing a few horror stories for the past couple of years, like the IRS just coming for people, for little things, like, and it's just like, yo, what are they doing over there? Are they really? Is this part of their business process, or are they being assholes?
Some of these companies be legitimate, stand up, real good people, like, but the IRS will make you look like you are a complete monster. And it's really messed up because, again, it could be one thing. It can be just, I guess, maybe too many things that didn't add up to them. Maybe it was a credit that was claimed on a tax file that the IRS deemed that person was not eligible for that credit, even though the file and everything that was given to you says something different. I've had it to where a client got audited one year and they audited her because of the mileage that we put on her tax file. And they was like, "Oh, well, you can't write off mileage." Why? She travels for work. Why would she not be able to write off mileage?
That's the shit that fucked me up, because like I can't, you can't trust them. It depends on the agent you get. The agent could be an asshole.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. This is the issue. The IRS has been filing, what do you call them? Job postings on like places like fucking Indeed. They're literally hiring anybody.
Right.
Half of these people are not trained. They're just people to fill seats because they're understaffed. So you'll get a motherfucker on the phone line that'll tell you, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." I'm gonna argue with your ass because you sound stupid right now. Like,
right. And you work at the IRS, like, come on.
Yeah, like, you sound crazy that this person is not able to write off her flights from her going back and forth to meetings for her film production company, and you're telling me that she can't write this stuff off? Like, who the hell hired you? That's not how this works.
That's government agencies.
So it's things like that do pop up, and sometimes they are at fault, and 9 times out of 10 they're at fault because they don't really want to pay you. They don't really want to give you this money. This year was crazy. I had a client that walked away with $35,000 in a tax refund. And that was based on credits that he was eligible for. They held his tax file out for like 6 months, but he wanted them motherfuckers that he gonna keep calling and calling. And eventually they was like, "Okay, sir, we're going to just go ahead and send you your check." Yeah, send that man his money. It's his money.
You got to call at 6:45 to get in the queue, because at 7:05 they stop taking calls for the rest of the fucking day.
They will unplug the phone. They will unplug the phone on your ass.
At 7:05 a.m. in the morning, like, yo, your office hours are 7 to 5, whatever. Like, after 7:06, they're not taking no more calls.
I've been there. They will unplug the phone on your ass, like, for real.
That's what's
up. It is crazy. It is crazy, but it's one of them things where I find it enjoyable. I don't know why, because I like to argue a little bit. So when they start making dumbass mistakes,
they got that right motherfucker today.
Like, hey, go ahead and patch me in, because what?
Right. Let's go.
Yeah.
I want to be on one of those calls, recording for quality assurance and training purposes, and then put it
on the gram. Yeah.
That should be hilarious. Yeah.
So this is dope. So what's next? So I know you're expanding. You got your masterclass going on right now. I think you might be in the
August 1st.
No, I think did you just start one already? I thought you just.
It starts. Well, I just did the business credit seminar. We actually start the tax masterclass on August 1st.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about that. Like I have some really dope individuals that are coming on board. People that I actually, didn't even expect to actually even want to be interested in this industry, but I think it's going to be eventful. I think it's going to be really dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Do you think 2023 tax year gonna be any crazier than this year? Or
Absolutely. You still have people, like millions of people that didn't even get their taxes from last year just yet. Yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not gonna get any better. They got people that now are still waiting on refunds that they filed their taxes back in January, and they kept saying, "Oh, file early so you can get your stuff back."
Right.
Folks are filing early, and these people still have not even gotten their refunds back.
And this is because they're understaffed, right? This is the main reason. Okay. Yeah, they might be backed up for years.
Is this like the mail-in people, or like because?
No, electronic file. My system is electronic filing, and it's to a point now where they'll send letters like, "Oh, we need another 90 days, or we need another 8 weeks to process your return. We're backlogged."
And you can't even fight them on the time they have requested either. Like they requesting time though. You're taking the time, and we just ask, wait, just gotta wait.
Yeah, they literally is to a point now where it's kind of it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's really ridiculous. You have people that the issue is that they released all these, and they have a habit of doing this. They did it for the last couple of years where they'll release these new tax credits mid-tax season. Biden did it last year. Biden did it in the middle of last year where they were cutting breaks for unemployment, and people were supposed to get money back, and it was like, "Oh, well, don't amend your file, we'll amend your file," but they didn't say that for weeks. So you have people coming in to amend their files to be able to get that additional money that they were eligible for. So now their files are being held up now because we didn't amend it, even though the IRS said that they were going to amend it, but they didn't tell nobody that for like almost a whole month and a half.
That's 2 copies.
I had a similar situation. I won't get into it. There was we forgot to this might have been 2018. It was one of those fucking medical things. We forgot to include one of those medical papers that says you have medical insurance or whatever. And it got fucked up. We had moved. They sent a letter, I forget the notice, to our old address. We never got it. They never sent another one. It was fucking ridiculous. But I won't get into that. I'm gonna start pulling out my hair some more. But,
it's a lot, and that medical stuff, like, and it's crazy because they request things from y'all that they already have.
And they knew it was missing.
Tax file up for shit that they already have.
That's wild.
That they just want you to waste your time and just prolong.
And it's like you knew
shit in, y'all already have it.
Right. I forgot to submit this. You told me that. I forgot it. I had it. I forgot it. You told me I had it. Now for my adjustment takes a whole almost 2 years later. Never. Anyway, they're ridiculous. They are ridiculous.
And it's just getting worse and worse because they hiring a bunch of little ass kids that's just in there just
Indeed IRS pop.
Yeah, it's like they hiring a bunch of little ass kids that's just in there just
Indeed
IRS representative. Like seriously, it's crazy. I mean, you ain't gotta have really little to no qualifications. Like they not even asking for anything.
Let me see if I can get a job at IRS.
Yeah, it's just
no work.
To be getting cussed out every day. Because I'll be damned if I'm just an IRS representative and I'm getting cussed out every day.
I'm sure they get cussed out every day too, at least once a day.
That's why they cut the phones off at 5 minutes after 7. They done. They tired of dealing with
people. Be going to hell in. Like, you got my money. You've been holding my money up for 2 years. I need my checks.
That's wild.
I got people that got their refunds for this year that didn't get their refunds from last year.
Yeah.
Now that's a story for I'm sure that's another million people.
Like, it's crazy. It is really crazy.
It's getting bad. But this was great. This is a good show. There's a lot of information. We definitely gonna have to do this again. BizPro, where can people find you? Anything? Your website, your Instagrams, all your socials. What's going on?
So the website for the company is BizProHQ, BizProHQ.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, at BizProHQ.
Dope.
My personal page is Larrima Davis, through and through. TikTok.
I'm gonna need
Instagram.
you to send Ray stuff over too. We gotta get Ray on here.
Ray is.
I'm trying to holler at Ray too.
Yeah, I'll send you his info because I can't remember what his Instagram name is,
Yeah,
but I think it's like Great Queens or something.
Yeah, because we got to link
Yeah,
up. I do websites, I do media, do graphics and stuff. It seemed like we could learn a lot from him, get him on the show, link up, you know what I'm saying, build our business networks up.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah, he's super dope. He's one of those type that want to see everybody grow and get some coins.
That's the people we need around us. I need more of those people
Yeah,
around.
but I need some more coins. So
that too.
I think we all need some more coins.
Can't go wrong with that. But thank you so much. This is a dope show.
Appreciate you stopping through.
We're gonna end.
Appreciate you stopping through.
Little jabby jab. No, I'm gonna edit all that out. It'll be fine. No, we're good. But yeah, we're gonna end the show now.
I can take a punch.